What you doing, Shockbot?
Well, all my furs and gentle folk. Yes, I'm not in costume, even though this is a perfect frolicking path to a very important monument in this city. There is a Mr. Rogers memorial and statue just down the way to dedicate to Mr. Rogers and Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, since it was filmed here, founded, etc.
And he's
passed on, and we respect him.
Well, no, he's from Pittsburgh.
That too. But the whole city is just over the moon gaga about him and his work. And for children of all ages, in my generation, your generation, everyone's generation that's ever seen Mr. Rogers knows there's at least a small place in your heart for them. Right? So, we're going to go frolicking down this lovely path and have a look.
Go frolic. You're not frolicking enough. Frolic, I said.
Before you start.
Nope.
Okay, we're doing it on the fly, apparently.
It was accidental. I started it before you could even say anything. On our way to the Mr. Rogers Memorial statue, which is just right next door.
You have the ever watchful soldier and dog.
Yes.
This is a military memorial dedicated 25th, 1996. All the love and respect.
I've got a little poem
The law enforcement
and
division.
lots of names, and looks like two of the departments. The Law Enforcement Officers Memorial.
All love and respect right there. And before everyone goes nuts on the texting, because I already hear you going, that's not right, is apparently I'm never supposed to salute with my left hand. But I wasn't thinking, it's hot out here, it's humid, and if I did it with my right, it'd be so I do apologize.
Well, and honestly, you'd get from certain people, never salute unless you're military, so you can't do anything right anyway.
Well, to give you a background, my family is in all the divisions of the military, so I should have remembered that.
Or at least all but one, right?
Right. Let's see, my father was in the Air Force, my father's brother was in the Navy, and my other father's brother was in the Marines. So, family get-togethers was a lot of fun. You can get the banter of who was best all the time. It was hilarious.
And we have reached the Fred Rogers Memorial, but we also have apparently a lovely thing about Cordelia S. May.
Oh, wonderful. And of course, Fred
Rogers.
Flea Rogers.
Now, the reason why these two are both together apparently is they had a lifelong friendship. So, kind of cool.
And now we check it out. For
Now,
all you furry frolickers, everyone that did grow up watching the show or read any of the books or anything like that.
or even grew up with his character Daniel Tiger's show.
Which my daughter enjoyed. She couldn't get enough of it. This is the tribute to children.
That's what this is called right here.
A gift to the people of the city of Pittsburgh and county of
Allegheny.
Thank you. Honoring children and celebrating the enduring values of Fred Rogers, creator and host of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, dedicated on November 5th, 2009. And this was made possible by generosity of
Cordelia S. May.
and Colum Foundation. And the sculptor was Robert Burks. And the architect that helped with this was construction manager
Astorino.
Astorino, thank you.
Astorino.
My Utah accent's going nuts. And sponsor Family Communications Inc. So, okay.
It's not, before you guys all go nuts, it's not a Utah accent. He keeps saying that. The reason...
I also have a little trouble speaking at times, and I just blame it on my Utah accent.
No, it's not trouble speaking. He has trouble reading because it's a legitimate thing called dyslexia, and there's no problem with that. There's nothing wrong with it. He just has trouble pronouncing words sometimes because it's hard reading them.
Sometimes. So, and you don't know what dyslexia is, just to give you an idea. I think he even talked about it in the show. Was, say for example, let's look at
the word county to make it easy.
Yeah. So you got county. Now, when dyslexia goes nuts, either a letter or a pair of letters disappears or switches places.
Or a letter could appear.
Or, an extra letter could appear. Or the whole word goes backwards.
Mm-hmm.
That's dyslexia. And it's a legitimate problem for a lot of people.
And not only Shockpaw has it, but one of my brother-in-laws, too. And there used to be a stigma about it. And hopefully, we've come far enough that is not an issue anymore.
With technology, that is true.
But this is the Fred Rogers statue.
It's beautiful.
And big.
I remember, that was like the beginning of every episode. He'd tie his shoes.
Yep. The shoes and the sweater.
I feel like a kid
You are a big kid.
with a tail.